Got my first glob of sweat right on my glasses, just in time for some point play. But it wouldn't be accurate point play without that, so I'm very grateful to not be able to see, just like usual.
All right, we're gonna play at least 2 games on your serve and 2 on my serve.
All right.
Possibly more, but we'll just kind of start with that and see where we're at.
Cool.
Please just be mindful of the tripod back by the curtain.
Yes. Please do not run into Ian's camera. Please do not run into Ian's camera. Please. How about you play so well that you force Ian into his own equipment? This is cool. All right, everybody. My name is Saria, and I'm happy to be here playing a match on the Essential Tennis courts against Ian. Obviously, our levels match up pretty well. I think I'm just going to make sure that I target his forehand. You can tell by his technique on it, it's so stiff, there's no way that he has a good forehand. And I know that all of you are saying the same thing, so I'll just make sure that I play my game, and there's no way that he's gonna be able to handle the heat. Let's do it. Yeah, that was my chance. I'm washed up, guys. It's over. Nope. You might miss everyone. That's how it goes. Yeah, don't go for hot spin there. You got a little bit blood rushing to your head. Yeah, I was trying to go for slice wide. That's not a good sign.
Oh, wow, good serve.
Thank you. Oh! It's okay. Last rally showed promise. Just swing out. Just swing out. Sorry, I should have called let, right?
Okay.
I didn't know if we were playing next gen or what. Yeah, first serve.
Here you go.
Yeah. The kick serve is so rare for me. Good serve. I honestly see that like once every 3 months. And he's a lefty. Forgot about that. Yeah, that's to be expected. Just have fun. That's a shame though. I'd love to make more balls. I put more pressure on myself in opportunities like this. And so it's a snowball effect of when I miss shots and then I feel the opportunity slipping away. That's gonna be over soon. Yeah, what a shot! Oh,
Good point.
good point. That is a getting caught with your pants down moment.
All right, one more service game each.
All right, okay, again, loose, just loose. That's a shame, but it was close. Positives. It was close.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely weird. Have to hit it to a completely different side to get to the backhand. 15 all.
Second serve.
You don't have to hit the tape, Saria. You don't have to do it. Imagine if I could place the ball in the court with that precision.
Nope.
Yeah, probably shouldn't serve and volley on Ian Westermann. Yeah, just lots of tape. Just make one ball at a time.
No. Yeah. Good shot.
Thank you. I don't count those thank yous. That's just in the heat of the moment. I can't help myself.
Yeah, if I elicit the thank you, it doesn't count. I can't bait you.
Technically, you inviting me out to Wisconsin and not charging me for any of this, that's
true.
Kind of eliciting. That's very elicitous behavior. 3-4. Yeah.
All right, last game here.
Yeah, it's okay. You swung out. You swung out. You're just in the wrong place. Being in position for balls is something that you'll learn. Having good footwork is something you'll learn.
Yeah, good shot.
Thanks. Oh, yeah, nice spin. Yeah, not used to that, reacting that way. Woo!
Good try.
Great shot.
Yeah, that's nice.
Thank you.
Good shot. Yeah, that's nice.
Thank you. I was actually trying for that too. Oh yeah. That's all right. That's okay. I'm actually really happy with that. Obviously, lots of errors, but I feel like I punched above my weight, not just like specifically referring to him, but referring to when I usually put pressure on myself, as I was saying during the points, like whenever I feel like I have an opportunity, like when I was hitting with Mark Sanset, I completely psyched myself out, and I felt like every single shot that I missed was taking me a moment closer to it being over and me having squandered it. And so that totally, like, it was the worst way to go about it. But that was an experience that happened, and I took it with me, and obviously, this was a small subset compared to those hour-long sessions, and this is going to continue, so I can continue to apply this. And so far, I'm happy about the way I was self-talking positively. It was actually really fun to do positive self-talk. It might have sounded like I was overthinking and giving myself too much, and that might be true, but I'm going to take a very positive outlook from the fact that I was taking that step forward with a happier outlook, being easier on myself, but also staying in the moment, staying focused, and not just like removing myself from being able to hit good shots, which I did hit a few, and that was pretty cool. So I'm looking forward to the rest.
All right, I'm gonna kind of chart out what I see,
Okay.
and then we can kind of decide together how to spend our time.
No, not a good idea. Probably shouldn't do a handstand with the microphone stuff on. No flips with the microphone stuff on. Do not break Ian's equipment. The handstand might keep it on. Don't push it, you idiot.
All right, here's like in a nutshell kind of what I see right now. By sound, I mean there's no significant fundamental flaws. And so I wrote that down for your forehand ground stroke, your forehand volley, and your serve. Unreliable simply means I don't know that you really understand the cause and effect of like what to focus on.
Absolutely not.
Or, like,
Well, what gave that away?
or like it's in there, like I'm sure the answer is in there somewhere, but you just have
Yeah.
there's just so much mental, diarrhea, you know,
Oh yeah.
that it's just,
don't apologize.
you just don't really know like what to focus on when. So that's my basic feeling for your forehand ground stroke, your forehand volley, and your serve. That's what I mean by sound, but unreliable. So that's fantastic news. It's rare for me. I've had a handful of students at the 5.0 level, and just for perspective for you, even for the couple 5.0 students that I've had, it's rare that they have a stroke where I'm like, there's not really a whole lot there like to talk about. There's usually some kind of kernel of a flaw where it's like, this is really kind of getting in your way and making it hard for you. And I'm sure I could come up with something, you know, to work on your forehand volley, and your serve. But it is, whatever technical flaws are there are 1,000% not what are keeping you from the tennis that you want to play. It has nothing to do with your mechanics or your technique. It's your application of the technical skills that you've already developed. And right now you have a significant kind of cloud or fog between your technical self and application. In between those two things, there's this like thoughts.
It's exactly. Yeah, it feels like I am completely detached. Like especially whenever I set up on a forehand on a ball that's coming at me slowly, and I feel like I'm just going to be in the wrong position, and I try, but I just feel. I hate using the word blind, but I feel like there is just a lack of vision, a lack of understanding.
Related to reading the ball and positioning yourself?
Or? Yeah, like footwork, positioning, and just the feeling of initiating. Like I think you know what I mean when I say like you know when the swing is feeling right, like before it started.
Sure.
It's tough. Like the fact, it's probably not a coincidence that I'm having trouble vocalizing what's going on, because I don't understand it myself.
So I feel like the best value.
But that's a good visual to like sort of to show it. No, that's okay. It's a great visual to like exemplify how I feel. But yeah, there is definitely a very strong feeling that makes it all the more frustrating, because it feels insurmountable, and that's part of what has driven my frustration and my burnout, is the fact that I am not developing the steps to working through that on my own. I'm not figuring it out.
Is that how you spell diarrhea?
There are 2 R's.
Wow. That's the best graphic I've ever written. I could care less about school. I'm a perfectionist in many things. Grades, I could care less.
Hey, you turned out all right.
So the forehand ground strokes, forehand volley, the serve, I think the biggest value I can provide to you is focus. I'm pretty confident I can give that to you on all 3 of those shots.
That'd be wonderful. It might surprise you or might not, that was the most focused I've been on a court in a while.
Yeah?
Just now.
In terms of like what, internal noise or reactions?
Internal noise, concentration, like actual concentration on the moment, on what I wanted to do, even if not tactically, with confidence and engagement and mindfulness, and it showed in my results, even though, I mean, obviously, I say that word so much, even though I still made a lot of the errors that are, you know, representative of my shortcomings and where I'm at right now. My serve was way better than it's been. I don't think I double faulted a single time, which is really rare.
No.
And the fact that I was able to rally at all, even though you were giving me balls that I could rally with, that was just a good level for me at this point. That's better than I shouldn't say better than usual, because that's unfair, but you know.
That's good.
So if that gives, just to give you perspective.
Yeah.
for why I'm so frustrated all the time. Because it's usually way worse than that.
No, I understand. This might be a bold statement, but like I could chart it out. I think we're in the ballpark of the same technical proficiency, I would say, you and I. In terms of like pure biomechanical correct movements and incorrect movements, and like if we like chart it out stroke by stroke, you know, here's what you do well on the forehand and poorly, here's what I do well and poorly on the forehand, and we made a big like pro and con, you know, chart. I feel confident in saying the two of us are in the same ballpark. How does that make you feel?
It's difficult to, I mean, I'll take it at face value, and I'll take it with a grain of salt, because like there's always like there could be the like you might be being hard on yourself, but also I feel like you probably know what you're talking about, and I think I know what you mean. I think I know what you mean. So I'm more willing to take it at face value, because I think I know where you're coming from.
So the kind of the takeaway I want you to walk away from that statement with is it's not additional technical work that's the difference between you and me. It's not that. And not that I'm like some high and mighty like tennis player. But I'm playing a level that you would aspire to.
Yes.
Is that fair to
Absolutely.
fair to say? And so it's not because of my like technical proficiency. That's not why I play at a higher level than you. It's this. And so, in particular, on these three shots, the forehand groundstroke, the forehand volley, and the serve, on the back, your topspin drive, your slice, your backhand volley, I feel confident I can give you things to focus on that can help your technical proficiency.
Yeah.
This side of the the diarrhea equation.
The volley grips like.
Yep. But even if we left all of this where it is, and we talked about tactics, and I gave you kind of a little bit of a roadmap for what to focus on. When you miss shots, why they're missed shots. I think you need clarity on that so that you can actually focus on the right thing. And if I could get you to focus on just that thing, and this is going to be the hard part, and then push all the rest of it out of your head for the next 12 months and just focus on the core fundamental thing that's causing you to make errors on each of those shots, I think your game would improve really dramatically, because it's not the technical. Your comments on reading the ball and positioning and stuff are intriguing to me. Part of me feels like that's another thing that you just shouldn't be thinking about.
I've wondered, yeah.
But because of your athletic background in tricking and gymnastics, and what other sports did you play?
Golf.
Okay.
So, and marching band.
In none of those other activities is there active tracking of an object.
Yeah. I've played other sports before, but not that seriously, yeah.
Okay. So there's part of me in the back of my mind that wonders, maybe there's some development and there probably is that needs to happen there. But the other side of my brain says, but you're a solid athlete, and because you're still new to the game of tennis and this new concept of like, I have to figure out space-time relationship between this object and this object, aka your body. I feel relatively confident that you're going to kind of work that out relatively intuitively as you work on the other stuff that I give you to think about. So I actually don't want you to focus on, I'm going to get like my coach's card taken away for writing this.
I want you to push. Dun dun dun!
For the time being, I'm not saying that you can't give yourself reminders.
Right.
You're going to mess these things up. And all I'm saying is you don't need conscious mind space to be taken up right now, I don't believe, in order to make those things continue to work. Like when the ball is too close, you're going to be like, sorry, idiot, it was too close.
Yeah.
And then you're going to move on and play the next point. I think the other things we're going to work on are going to be much more immediately beneficial to you, and things that could keep you stuck if you keep going around and around the merry-go-round of like unlimited different thoughts of how to solve this stuff. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yes, very much.
So this is kind of my tactics. I feel like I wrote down question mark because I saw some things that led me to believe that you have a good understanding of what you should be doing and why. And I would say, honestly, mostly my reaction there was pretty solid, but I don't know for sure. We didn't play enough games or enough points that I got a super confident read on it.
Yeah. And I was still feeling you out as well and what you were consistently trying to bring to me.
Yeah.
Do you want me to tell you what I was thinking, or?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, in a nutshell, like what was your game plan and your pre-game like thoughts as far as how you were going to approach the points? And then my second question would be, as we played the points, what did you notice and what adjustments were you thinking about making?
So pre-game, I was thinking go for the safe shots cross court with swinging out.
Good.
And then as we started playing a bit more, I was thinking to your backhand. I was trying to go to your backhand as much as possible.
Right.
And I was starting to notice when you were giving me high balls, and so I was trying to be more minded toward coming to the net, especially when I have a decent approach shot to come in on. And then just throughout the whole thing, I was just telling myself, swing out. Just like don't swing for the fences, but don't try and stop your swing out of nerves.
Okay.
There we go.
There you
Yes.
Now you've officially experienced Essential Tennis Court in all its glory. I guess I would, for the time being, kind of put this in the same category as footwork and positioning, where it's like you've done enough work on it that it's serviceable. And I think, to me, this is kind of the key opportunity for you, I think. What are your thoughts on
I like it.
the general layout?
I like it a lot. Yeah, because I totally agree.
I feel like I kind of like to start with like the forehand and the serve because those are two very key pieces of the puzzle.
Yeah.
For you, how does that sound to you? To kind of like start here and here. What I don't want to do is front load the technical stuff because I don't think that's your biggest problem or opportunity.
And I'm already getting a lot of input on those things too, and I think a lot of it is actually correct. I think a lot of people have great ideas. There's actually a person that I have hit with a few times in person. He's pointed out the grips. He noticed that I was like doing that grip, and I think this is what I need to go for more, right? Or am I totally wrong?
You're a little strong on that end of the...
Strong on this end, yeah, because there it is. There's the middle ground problem.
Yeah.
So I tend to completely over-exaggerate things.
Okay.
But yeah, I have been thinking about the grip a bit. So that's I'm not surprised that I haven't figured it out yet, but I at least have those things in mind. Not to say that you don't need to ever tell me because I haven't figured out, but.
Well, if you want, like at the end of today, whatever we haven't really worked on yet, I can kind of give you a 5-minute explanation of the kind of the technical things, if you want, just to get my two cents on what I think you should be focusing on, if that would be helpful. Those are my thoughts right now. What do you think?
I'm with it.
Okay. Lunch sound good?
It does.
How much have you seen yourself on video before?
Because of tricking, I've gotten really, really used to it. And actually, I have been videoing myself basically doing any activity that I ever wanted to try out since I was like 10 years old. I started doing it with golf. And then once I first started playing around with the tricking stuff, like in its earliest stages, I was like 14, 13. And so I've been filming myself constantly ever since then. And so with tennis, I started filming myself right away.
What about in terms of technique, like analysis?
I overanalyzed from the very beginning. I was, not even really, I guess it couldn't really be classed as analysis because I was trying to, whenever I saw myself doing something, I would only try and tweak my technique purely based on aesthetics.
Yeah.
Like if I wanted it to look a certain way because like I thought that looked cooler. But I guess that's kind of why I started tennis. So it's not unnatural. But I've really gone away from that now. I just want to do what works. I'm gonna change really quick just to keep it interesting. I didn't bring the watermelon outfit that I hit with Mark in. I don't know if you saw that.
Watermelon.
Pink tank
I
top.
saw you hitting with. I remember. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that you. Yeah.
That was controversial. I really shook the waters with that one. I've always been, especially with tricking, I've been an outfit-minded person. That's just one of my many eccentricities, so don't worry about that.
The places I've most been going recently for lunch are
Taco Bell?
No.